Alright, today I'm down in the gear dungeon. We're going to do a loadout of all the gear that I took on my Wallowa Whitman 3-day backpacking trip. So stay tuned. I've repacked this pack with all the gear that I did take on the trip, and it's all put in here in the same order as I did on the trip. And I put all my gear in a specific order, so when I get to camp and pull it out, it's kind of in the order it needs to be put up at camp. So this particular pack that I have all the gear in is the ULA circuit pack. And on the front here, I've got basically my camp sandals. When I get into camp, I like to take off my hot sweaty boots and socks and just put on a pair of camp sandals. And it's kind of a luxury item, but I'm willing to take the weight penalty for that. So let's get these guys off. Set those aside. And of course I did bring trekking poles, because I like to use trekking poles on my hikes, and I also have a trekking pole tent, so they are necessary. So in the back pocket here, I stick my water filtration system, which is the Sawyer Squeeze and the Knock Outdoors bag, filtration bag. Those two, in my opinion, are probably the best backpacking filtration system you can buy. Next up, I always bring a schmog, and this does all kinds of things. It's a first aid item, but it also is good for wiping the sweat off yourself. If you jump in the lake, you can use it as a towel. You can wrap it around your neck and when it's wet to keep yourself cool. Lots of different uses for that. Next up, this is my Possibles pouch, first aid, toiletry type stuff, all those different type of items that you would keep in a Possibles pouch. Next up, toilet paper and wipes. I keep all this stuff on the outside because it's something that I want to be able to grab very quickly, not having to dig through the pack to get to it. And then my headlamp, which is just a Fox LE headlamp. It's a good little headlamp. Probably going to do a review on that at some point. Okay, so that's all on the back. I'm just going to leave the poles on there. I don't want to pull those off. On the top of the pack here, I've got my sit pad. Kind of got this sucker on there pretty good. So, yep, just a little sit pad that folds out. It's nice to be able to sit on a little bit of cushion instead of sitting directly on the rocks or the ground. Okay, and then on the side pouch on this side, I've got my cook system, which is basically a 550 mil titanium toques, and then I got my fuel on the top, and then on the inside is all the rest of the cook kit. I'm not going to go over that completely. There's lots of stuff inside there. Okay, on this side, another comfort item, I guess, my whiskey flask. I did take that and had a little whiskey, a little bit of Pendleton on the trail. Okay. I'm going to turn this around so you can see the front area here. So I like to carry my water on these little front pockets on the ULA. I usually don't use the water or the side pouches on the pack for water unless I'm trying to just carry a little bit more water I might need for the trail. But this particular hike, there was plentiful water, so I only took 1.5 liter carry, which is what you see here, and these just kind of hooked to the straps across the shoulders. Also, let's see, I did carry a knife right here, just a cheap little Mora knife, very sharp but very nice knife. Always carry a knife with me, never know when you're going to need that. And then in the side pockets over here, I only carried stuff really in one of them, just my backup battery and charging cord for my iPhone. which I took along for navigation and to video the actual hike. It's an iPhone 11 Pro. Takes amazing pictures and video. So let's get into the inside. So on the inside of the bag, first thing I put in there was just my shell. This is an outdoor research shell. I did not end up using this shell at all, but I feel this is kind of a safety item. Just in case it started raining, you have something to keep yourself from getting soaked on the trail. So next up would be my shelter, and this is my 6 Moons Designs Lunar Solo. And I also have put in a ground sheet in there as well. Very nice single wall shelter. Gonna do an updated review on that soon. And then my sleep system, I had an Outdoor Vitals 30 degree synthetic quilt. Great little quilt, nice and light. Another part of my sleep system was the Climate Static V. It's a great little low budget sleep pad. I really like it. Probably going to upgrade that soon though. Another thing, Outdoor Vitals pillow. I feel that when I have a little blow up pillow, I sleep a lot better, and this Outdoor Vitals one is super light and very comfortable. Okay, so next we're going to get to clothes. I only wear a set of clothes on me, and then the set of clothes that I put in my pack is just more or less my camp clothes, with the exception of a pair of socks and an extra set of underwear, because I like to keep clean and like to swap those out. At night I sleep in a clean pair of camp socks, and then I switch back to my hiking socks in the morning. So let's see, I got a beanie that I carry. Pretty much wear this at night. It's just kind of a windstopper material on the outside and fleece on the inside. Nice and light, but keeps you warm. And then my extra pair of socks for sleeping at night. I like to wear those clean pair of socks at night. Extra pair of underwear. Let's see, and then also I brought an extra shirt. This is just a shirt by Craghoppers, which is an English company. Long sleeve, kind of safari looking shirt, and then an outdoor research pair of pants. I did wear shorts during the day while I was hiking, but at night and then at camp I would wear these outdoor research Feroci pants. Very nice pair of pants. Okay, so another item I did bring in here, I did use it a couple times to hang up a clothesline to dry out clothes, and it's just a spool tool with paracord and a lighter on it, and you can just a way to keep everything nice and clean, and then you can use it to cut off. So next item that I had was my puffy, and this is an Outdoor Vitals puffy. Awesome puffy, synthetic, great. Okay, I did bring a liner. It was supposed to be cold, which it did get cold. We had frost in our tents. This was just to bring up the warmth level of my quilt. And this is just a cheap little Ozark Trail, synthetic sleeping bag liner. Worked out quite well. Let's see, next item. So this is pretty much just to show you that I brought food. I brought it in this bag, and that's pretty much what I use for my food. No big deal. So that pretty much brings us to the end. This is everything that I used on that hike. My total weigh out with consumables, water, and everything was about 26.5 pounds. So I was very comfortable on the trail. I hope you guys enjoyed this loadout of all of my gear that I took on my 3-day backpacking trip in the Wallowa Whitman Forest. Let me know what you think down in the comments. You guys take care, and we'll see you out on the next adventure.